Hey everybody, so I'm getting ready to go for a walk outside in the beautiful nature, and I'm gonna take you along with me. So let's go. Yeah, so one of my favorite things to do ever is to go outside and be in nature. I love just looking at the sun and just basking in the beauty of this earth. It just feels so good to me. So yeah, let's go outside. Let's enjoy this beautiful day. And in this video, I'm going to share with you, you know, different ideas and thoughts about nature and just different footage and video clips and snapshots I've taken of nature. And we're going to go for a walk through my backyard.
And this is the time of awakening, meaning this is the time when all who are looking will find.
When you skip across the parking lot eagerly, ready for what's next, instead of dragging yourself across it, then you are being true to who you really are. You can tell by which one feels better. This is my front deck. This is the view from the front of my home. The beautiful sunshine, the river flowing by. I love to step out here and appreciate this beautiful planet, this beautiful earth. If you watched my previous videos, you know that I haven't always lived in this beautiful area. I haven't always had such a beautiful view to step out onto and look out. I actually came from a place previous to this that was the exact opposite. Not beautiful at all. But I found ways to find beauty even within the darkness. And I was able to focus on what I preferred instead of what I observed. And it shifted me into a beautiful reality. So I stand in appreciation for this beautiful reality. I don't take it for granted. I step outside, I look around me, and I bask in appreciation for well-being. I look at the sunset and I look at the sunrise, and it reminds me that well-being is dominant. No human being is making the sun set and making the sun rise. There is no human sitting in an office somewhere making that happen. It just happens automatically. Well-being is dominant. The sun rises and sets every day by itself. The planets stay in perfect proximity to the sun. That all happens without us doing anything to make it happen. Well-being is dominant. It's kind of like the things our bodies do to keep us alive. Breathing, that isn't something we have to think about doing. It just happens. Our heart beating, it isn't something we have to think about doing. It just happens. Well-being is dominant. Every now is the bouncing off place to something new. But grab a hold of yourself and remember those things that show you that well-being is dominant. Keep it general. Look at the sunrise, look at the sunset, look at the beautiful sky, look at the trees and the birds and the squirrels. They know that well-being is dominant. I really love this quote. It says, "Your only order of business is to find one aspect of your life which gives you no trouble and only joyous thought, and fixate on it. Abraham Hicks. I love that quote because in this world, it is so easy to get intoxicated by everything that's going on around you in your reality. Life can be very intoxicating, and it can pull you into the dramas and the sagas and all the craziness that goes on in this world. But when you take some time to fixate on something that is joyous, something that feels good and brings you no trouble, it opens up a space within you to allow the positive to flow. Don't let anything take your happiness from you. So when you get intoxicated with this world, just step back and breathe and remember, well-being is dominant and everything is temporary. Follow the feel-good path. Create the reality that you desire.
Step out in the sunlight, bask in the beauty of nature. This is one of my favorite things to think about, one of my favorite things to do. When you build momentum of thoughts in a good direction, in a positive direction, it gets easier and easier over time, like riding a bike. So just catch yourself when those negative, unhappy thoughts pop up and redirect your thoughts onto something that does feel good. Go outside and take a walk. Enjoy the nature. Look at this beauty that we have around us.
In this universe, there is one great energy, and we have no name for it. People have tried various names for it, like God, like Brahman, like Tao. But in the West, the word God has got so many funny associations attached to it that most of us are bored with it. When people say God the Father Almighty, most people feel funny inside. But according to Buddhist philosophy, all this universe is one tathagata. That means 10,000 functions or 10,000 things, one suchness. And we're all one suchness. Now that means that suchness comes and goes like everything else, because this whole world is an on and off system. As the Chinese say, it's the yang and the yin. And therefore it consists of now you see it, now you don't, here you are, here you aren't, here you aren't. Because that's the very nature of energy, to be like waves, and waves have crests and troughs. Only we, being under a certain kind of sleepiness or illusion, imagine that the trough is going to overcome the wave or the crest. The yin, the dark principle, is going to overcome the yang or the light principle. And that off is finally going to triumph over on. And we, shall I say, bug ourselves by indulging in that illusion. Gee, supposing darkness did win out, wouldn't that be terrible? And so we're constantly trembling, thinking that it may, because after all, isn't it odd that anything exists? It's most peculiar. It requires effort, it requires energy. It would be so much easier for there to have been nothing at all. Therefore we think, well, since the is side of things is so much effort, you always give up after a while and you sink back into death. But death is just the other face of energy. And it's the rest, the not being anything around, that produces something around, just in the same way that you can't have solid without space, or space without solid. When you wake up to this, and realize that the more it changes, the more it's the same thing, as the French say. That you are really a playing of this one energy, and there is nothing else but that it is you, but that for you to be always you would be an insufferable bore. And therefore it is arranged that you stop being you after a while, and then come back as someone else altogether. And so when you find that out, you become full of energy and delight. And you suddenly see through the whole sham of things. You realize you are that. We won't put a name on it. You're that. And you can't be anything else. So you are relieved of fundamental terror. That doesn't mean that you're always going to be a great hero, that you won't jump when you hear it bang, that you won't worry occasionally, that you won't lose your temper. It means, though, that fundamentally, deep down within you, you will be able to be human in the pains, difficulties, and struggles that naturally go with human existence. But to have no hang-up, that is to say, to be able to drift like a cloud and flow like water, seeing that all life is a magnificent illusion, a playing of energy, and there is absolutely nothing fundamentally to be afraid of.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the little walk we went on. I'm going to be making a lot more videos in the future. Some more nature videos, of course, some spiritual videos, and some fun, silly videos. So there's all kinds of ideas up in this brain I'm going to be bringing to you. So see you later. Subscribe for further interaction.